Before Colt Gray ever walked into Apalachee High School with a rifle, police had already questioned him about alleged school shooting threats. His family had witnessed disturbing changes, concerns had been raised about his behavior, and his father had given him access to the weapon prosecutors say was eventually used to kill 4 people. Tonight, we are going beyond the headlines and we're going into the indictments, the body camera footage, and the courtroom testimony, including Colin Gray explaining in his own words what he knew and what he saw, and why Colt still had access to that rifle. The central question tonight is not only what Colt Gray did, it is how many warnings appeared before September 4th, 2024, and who knew about them, and whether this tragedy could have been prevented altogether. And with that, we are going to just hop right in. Hi, Allie. I seen your comment a little bit before the show started. This is very, very true. I agree. We are going to start on Colt Gray, his indictment, and then his father, Colin Gray's indictment. Let me make this bigger for you. He was indicted on 55 counts of malicious murder, felony murder, aggravated assault, cruelty to children in the first degree are the 4 main charges here. The grand jurors selected, chosen, and sworn for Barrow County, Georgia, charge and accuse Colt Gray with the offense of malicious murder and that said accused in the county aforesaid on or about the 4th day of September 2024, did unlawfully and with malicious after aforethought, caused the death of Christian, and I'm gonna butcher these names, a human being by shooting him with a firearm in violation of, and it goes on to give the details of each charge. His father was indicted on murder in the second degree, cruelty to children in the second degree, murder in the second degree, cruelty to children in the second degree, involuntary manslaughter, reckless conduct, and those are the charges that he has here. And it's the same thing, just the details of each charge. So we can close those. I thought that this was interesting. I don't fully remember all the details about this because I was just researching about the case last night and a couple of days ago. This is Senator Graysley, his letter demanding FBI records. This September 17th, 2024 letter seeks details about the FBI's handling of the 2023 Discord threats, including the assigned threat level, information transmitted to local authorities, and assistance provided by the Atlanta field office. And I thought that was interesting. It says, "Dear Director Ray, I write to you requesting information regarding what steps the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, took to investigate the several anonymous tips it received concerning online threats made by Colt Gray, the reported gunman in the September 4th, 2024 shooting at Apalachee High School in Barrow County, Georgia. According to reports, Colt Gray shot and killed 4 people, including 2 students and 2 teachers. At least 9 others were injured when the gunman opened fire inside the school. It's reported that as early as May 2023, the FBI's National Threat Operations Center, NTOC, received several anonymous tips stating that Gray made online posts with the guns threatening to commit a school shooting, according to a Justice Department report on the FBI's NTOC threat intake processing system. NTOC threat intake examiners process tips, develop reports on the tips, make a determination about the threat level of the tip and whether immediate action is needed, and disseminate, I don't know how to say that, disseminate, sorry, information to the appropriate FBI or other federal, state, and or local entity for further investigation. Additional news reports show that the anonymous tips warned that a user who went by the name Lanza, that was written in Russian, posted messages to Discord threatening to shoot up a middle school. Reports say that investigators determined that the email address associated with the Discord account belonged to the younger Mr. Gray, who was 13 at the time. According to FBI press statements and other reports, within 24 hours, investigators determined the post originated in Georgia, and the FBI Atlanta field office referred the matter to local law enforcement for action. It's reported that local law enforcement interviewed Gray and his father about the threatening posts, but Gray denied making them. Reports say that Gray admitted he had a Discord account but deleted it. It's further been reported that at the time there was no probable cause for arrest or for action by federal or state law enforcement. Reportedly, an investigator wrote in their report about the interview that due to the inconsistent nature of the information received by the FBI, the allegations that Gray or his father were the user behind the Discord account made the threat cannot be sustained. The FBI reviewed, processed, and disseminated the tips about Gray within 24 hours, indicating the online threats to commit a school shooting required the immediate attention of law enforcement. Yet media reports and the FBI's September 4 press statement don't fully explain whether the FBI investigated or assisted local law enforcement in the investigation of the threatening Discord post, or exactly what investigative information the FBI shared with local law enforcement about the online threats. As I've stressed to the FBI in the past, it's critically important for the public and Congress to fully understand what the FBI does or doesn't not do to follow up on the tips it receives about potential dangerous threats to public safety. Accordingly, to better understand the FBI's handling of this matter, please provide the following no later than October 1st, 2024. What threat level assessment did the FBI assign to the several anonymous tips it received about Gray threatening to commit a school shooting? Was this threat level assessment provided to local law enforcement? If not, why not? How were the several anonymous tips transmitted to the FBI? Please describe in detail. What information did the FBI NTOC provide to the FBI Atlanta field office about the several anonymous tips about Gray? Did the FBI Atlanta field office provide this information to local law enforcement? If not, why not? Did local law enforcement request additional information, investigative assistance, or resources from the FBI concerning Gray? If yes, were these requests granted? If not granted, why not? Why did the FBI Atlanta field office provide investigative support to local law enforcement to assist in the investigation of Gray? If not, why not? If yes, describe in detail the investigative assistance provided. Did the FBI open its own assessment, preliminary inquiry, or full investigation based on the several anonymous tips it received about Gray? If not, why not? If yes, please describe in detail. What actions did the FBI take to confirm whether Gray was associated with the Discord post? Did the FBI contact Discord to confirm whether Gray made the threatening online post about committing a school shooting? If not, why not? If yes, did the FBI provide this information to local law enforcement? Did the FBI receive additional tips about Gray after receiving the several anonymous tips in May 2023? If yes, describe in detail the tips received and how they were communicated to the FBI. Did the FBI investigate these tips? Were these tips provided to local law enforcement? Has local law enforcement requested resources from the FBI to assist the victims and survivors of Apalachee High School community? If yes, were these resources granted? If not, why not? Thank you for your prompt review and response. If you have any questions, please contact Brian Randolph. Interesting. This is Georgia Bureau of Investigation for frequently asked questions. Let me make this a little bit bigger.
An official website of the state of Georgia. Where do I go for more information? gbi.georgia.gov/press-releases/2024-09-05. What jail was Colt Gray booked into? Gainesville Regional Youth Detention Center. What jail was Colin Gray booked into? Barrow County Jail. Where can booking photos be found? Please contact the Barrow County Sheriff's Office for Colin Gray's booking photos. Contact Major Todd Drews at todd.drews@barrowsheriff.com. When and where will Colt Gray's first appearance be? Friday, the 6th of September 2024 at 8:30 a.m. at the Barrow County Courthouse. Of the 9 people injured, how many students and how many are teachers? 8 students and 1 teacher. How many of the 9 people that were injured were shot? 1 adult was shot and 6 students were shot. Will Gray's parents face charges? Colin Gray, the father of Colt Gray, has been charged. Is the correct spelling Christina Irmi or Christina Irmi? Christina Irmi. Who were the student resource officers that assisted during the incident? Brandon King and Donovan Boyd. Was Colt Gray booked into jail on Wednesday? Colt Gray was booked into jail on Wednesday, the 5th of September 2024. Will the arrest affidavits for Colin Gray be available? Please contact the Barrow County Clerk of Court for affidavits. Where did the student get the gun? Colin Gray knowingly allowed his son, Colt Gray, to possess a gun. Due to the active investigation, we're unable to release further details. Did Colt Gray live with his father, Colin Gray? Yes, Colin Gray had custody of Colt Gray. Was there more than one shooter? No. Was Colt Gray investigated for bringing a knife to campus Wednesday morning before the shooting occurred? We don't have any information indicating this. Does Apalachee High School have metal detectors? No. Can you provide copies of the charging probable cause documents for Colt Gray? Please contact the Barrow County Clerk of Superior Court for this information at 70307. Did Discord users contact the FBI about Georgia shooting suspect Colt Gray? Please contact the FBI for information about their investigation. Did the panic alert system go out campus-wide, alerting a lockdown? Teachers wear badges that have panic alert buttons and are to press the button to alert law enforcement of an incident. This system has been active for about a week before the tragedy at Apalachee High School. Several teachers pressed the alert buttons. What time was the shooter apprehended? 10:26 a.m., moments after shots fired call came through. What ethnicity is Christian Angulo? Hispanic. Can you confirm that the GBI is looking at accomplices? There are no accomplices. Did school staff or law enforcement use bleeding control kits to help any of the victims yesterday? Tourniquets were used. How can I report threats or suspicious activity? You can submit anonymous tips via the see something, send something. Do you know if this is the first time in Georgia that the parent of a school shooting suspect has been charged in connection with the crime? As mentioned by District Attorney Brad Smith in the 9/6 a.m. news conference, this is the first time in Georgia history that the parent of a school shooting suspect has been charged in connection with the crime. He also indicated that this was the second time in national history the parent has been charged in connection with the crime. Can the GBI talk about the consequences and legal ramifications that students around the state could face for making copycat threats? Since this tragic incident at Apalachee High School, we've had multiple students arrested and charged with crimes connected to making online threats and bringing weapons to school. Has the autopsy been completed on the victims? All 4 autopsies have been completed. Can you confirm that the gun that Colin Gray is accused of knowingly allowing his son to possess is the one used in the shooting at Apalachee High School? Yes, we can confirm it is the same gun. Will you provide additional information about where Colt got the gun and info about what investigators found in his home? Answers to these questions are all part of the active criminal investigation. The suspect is facing charges, and we are working on preparing a strong case that needs to go through the judicial process. Have there been other school shooter threats around Georgia? Yes. Though this is not an all-encompassing list. Here are a few incidents that have happened since the Apalachee shooting. Gainesville Police Department arrests 14-year-old in school threats case. www.facebook.com/share/YXW5CLWNPLJ. Jackson County Sheriff's Office arrest 15-year-old in school threats investigation. Is there more detailed information concerning a timeline of events? The criminal investigation is active and ongoing. A timeline of events will be released at the appropriate time once the investigation is further along. Can law enforcement confirm information being shared by relatives of the suspect? Since the investigation is ongoing, it would be inappropriate to share information provided by any witnesses in this case. To maintain the integrity of the investigation, all witnesses have been encouraged to share factual information with law enforcement officials only. To the school. Colt Gray brought the gun into the school on his own. The assault-style rifle could not be broken down, but Gray hid it in his backpack. Why was Colt Gray able to leave the classroom? Gray asked a teacher if he could go to the front office and speak to someone. The teacher allowed him to leave and take his belongings with him. Gray went to the restroom and hid from teachers. Later, he took out the rifle and began shooting. Had Colt Gray been enrolled at Apalachee after the start of the school year? What day did he start? Colt enrolled at Apalachee High School on August 14th, 2024. Between August 14th and September 4th, Colt missed 9 days of school. Did Colt Gray ride the bus to Apalachee High School that day? Yes. Were any other weapons outside of the assault rifle found on Colt Gray? He also had a knife. Contact.
Those are all the questions that Georgia Bureau of Investigation answered on their website. This is kind of a timeline of like case updates. Hold on.
Case updates. Update 5th, September 6th, 2024. Viral social media threats deemed non-credible. The public safety community is responding to an increase in school threat reporting following the shooting at Apalachee High School. Law enforcement wants to remind the public that making specific threats on social media will be investigated and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. However, school safety hotlines and law enforcement often see increased reporting following a mass shooting incident, as students and the public are more apt to report suspicious activity or concerns. Reposting these online threats can cause undue panic and spread false information. To date, the majority of investigations into threats posted online since the Apalachee High School shooting have been deemed non-credible. If you see or hear a threat, report it to local law enforcement immediately. Notify authorities, but don't share or forward the threat until law enforcement has had a chance to investigate. Update 4th, September 5th, 2024. A few notes from our 8 p.m. news conference today. Colin Gray was arrested on multiple charges earlier today. He knowingly allowed his son, Colt, to have the weapon. This is a very difficult time for students and parents, and many are afraid. You've likely seen reports of incidents of other students making threats today at various schools around the state. In each of these incidents, police took charges and made arrests, as we take each matter seriously. This is a time for us, a state, to come together and remain vigilant. Students must be supported and encouraged to contact a member of school faculty with all concerns of suspicious activity. Update 3rd, September 5th, 2024. In coordination with District Attorney Brad Smith, the GBI has arrested Colin Gray, age 54, in connection to the shooting at Apalachee High School. Colin is Colt Gray's father. He is charged with the following: 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, 2 counts of second-degree murder, 8 counts of cruelty to children. 2 September 5th, 2024. Gray has been charged with 4 counts of felony murder in connection to the shooting at Apalachee High School yesterday. He was taken to the Gainesville Regional Youth Detention Center. Additional charges are expected. Gray's first appearance will be tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. The autopsies of the 4 victims will be performed today at the GBI Medical Examiner's Office. The investigation into the shooting at Apalachee High School is still active and ongoing. This is day 2 of a very complex investigation, and the integrity of the case is paramount. We ask for the public's patience as we work to ensure successful prosecution and justice for the victims. Update #1, September 4th, 2024. 2 students and 2 teachers died in the shooting at Apalachee High School earlier today. They have been identified as Mason Schermerhorn, age 14, student Christian Angulo, age 14, student Richard Aspinwall, age 39, teacher Christina Irami, age 53, teacher. A few important points mentioned during our 9 p.m. news conference. At this time, there is no evidence to suggest that there were additional shooters. Investigators are actively pursuing all leads regarding any potential associates of the shooter. There is no evidence of a list of schools being targeted, however. There is a lot of evidence that is being recovered and evaluated. Investigators are diligently reviewing leads to determine if there are any active threats. There was a call to another local high school this morning with a reported threat. Police responded, investigated, and determined there was no threat. Original release. Barrow County, September 4th, 2024. At the request of the Barrow County Sheriff's Office, GBI agents are investigating a school shooting in Barrow County, GA. 2 Apalachee High School students and 2 teachers were killed in the incident. 9 additional people, 8 students, 1 teacher, were injured and taken to various hospitals with injuries. Colt Gray, age 14, has been arrested and charged with murder. The preliminary information indicates on Wednesday, the 4th of September 2024, at about 10:20 a.m., Barrow County authorities received alerts about reports of an active shooter. Radio chatter from an Apalachee High School resource officer also indicated an active shooter. Within minutes, law enforcement was on scene. Once on scene, law enforcement immediately located Gray. Gray surrendered immediately and was taken into custody. This investigation is active and ongoing. Anonymous tips can also be submitted by calling 1-80597-TIPS. 8477. Online at gbi.georgia.gov/submit.
And that was kind of the timeline from like the last thing that they had put as an update to the day of the shooting. This was the viral social media threats and the FBI GBI joint statement on them. So these are the threats deemed non-credible. Guns in this photo. Hopewell Cambridge at Alpharetta. Kingsridge, you're next. I went to all those trash ass schools. I hated it. Redan, we on the way both school too. If y'all know anyone who goes to Meadow Creek High School, make sure they don't go tomorrow. We will see Friday. All the talking y'all doing. Y'all stay home tomorrow. There are 3 shooters out there. OCHS is a target. I don't know about OCMS. Be safe. Henderson Middle School is next. It looks like a list of high schools or schools in general in this photo. All talk, bitch ass little kids, all y'all dead. Friday, hug your fam. Crazy. And their statement on it was the public safety community is responding to an increase in school threat reporting following the school shooting at Apalachee High School. Law enforcement wants to remind the public that making specific threats on social media will be investigated and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. However, school safety hotlines and law enforcement often see increased reporting following a mass shooting incident, as students and the public are more apt at. So basically, what they said in the other one. If you see or hear a threat, report it to local law enforcement immediately. Yeah. This is we're gonna show this one.
So what?
This is before the shooting occurred back in 2023. This is when the police showed up to investigate about the online threats.
So what? Tell me what.
You have any kids or anything living
Yeah,
here?
Colt Gray.
Colt?
Yeah, Colt. He's my oldest son.
How old is he?
He's 13.
Does he play a lot of video games and stuff?
Yeah, he does. Like all the time.
Is he here right now?
Yeah.
But you think it's something he might have?
Want to know?
Can we talk to him?
Yeah, absolutely. Now look, he gonna get all red face when you talk to him. Just calm. All right. So him and his. Let me give you a backstory. So we lived over traditions.
Mm-hmm.
I went to work one day. I'm sole provider.
Yeah.
Build high rises downtown.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a call from one of y'all. So my family's in law enforcement. So when I get the call, I think the officer's name. Turns out, nicest guy like ever. He's like, I just want to let you know I'm at your house. I'm like, for what? He said, y'all have been evicted. I'm like, no, just pay rent. He's like, nope. He's like, I'm gonna stay here till you get here. So I drove all the way home. All my and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'll just let you know this is what's going on. There's people standing there with trailers. I'm like, what are they doing? He's like, well, they're going to get your stuff after 24 hours. Is that right? Like, I don't even know why y'all are here. So long story short, I'm like, trying to figure out what's going on with my wife. She's in the house. So we split. Long story short, for obvious reasons. She took my younger two and went back home, lived with her mom. Colt and I rented a house and came here. So we've been good, like no problems. He struggled first with the separation. All school was kind of so. So I've been up at school countless times just tracking with him, you know, like, hey, make sure you're good. They understand what's going
He
on.
go to Jefferson School?
He goes to Jefferson Middle School, yes, sir. So he's been doing really good. Like, you know, in the beginning, he kind of struggled a little bit, but
Let me ask you this: do you have weapons in the house?
I do.
Are they accessible to him?
They are. I mean, there's nothing loaded, but they are down. We do a lot of shooting. We do a lot of deer hunting. He shot his first deer this year.
Did it? Okay.
You know, so like I'm pretty much in shock, to be honest with you.
Well,
I'm a little pissed off, to be even really honest with you, if that is what was said. But
well,
hell, we've been up to school for so many times now.
The information I got was sort of incomplete, and I don't know how old it is. And like I said, the original complaint went to your other address, or your previous address, and that's where we just came from. And it wasn't them.
Yeah, no, I'm sure
So,
it wasn't.
I don't know if, and so we ran I had your name and date of birth, so
Yeah.
that's how we got this address. So,
I mean, I swear to God, we've been up to school. I've been up to school, like, I'm on first name. I just was up there 3 days ago for his finals, talking to the principal, like, look,
Yeah.
make sure Colt's good. He gets flustered and under pressure. He doesn't really think straight. Can we just, you know, just kind of put your arms around and get him through 7th grade? I just want to make sure he's good. Like, I mean, we're up there all the time talking to the school. If you talk to that school, they'll know exactly who I am. I'll say that.
Okay.
I mean, because I'm up there that much, you know?
Checking in on him.
Yeah.
Sure.
I just want to make sure he's good.
Yeah.
So I'm a little taken back by the whole thing, but I can tell you this, I take that very serious, and so does he, as a matter of fact. You know, he's
Say his first name's Colt.
Colt, C-O-L-T, yes, sir.
I mean, all I can do is ask him.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
You know. And
Yeah, I want you to talk to him and just tell him. Like, I don't know anything about him saying that, and I'm gonna be mad as hell if he did. And then all the guns will go away, and they won't be accessible to him. You know, I'm trying to be honest with you. I'm trying to teach him about firearms and safety and how to do it all, and get him interested in the outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
Like on my phone.
Get him away from those video games.
Exactly right. That's the God honest truth. And the picture on my phone is him with blood on his cheeks from shooting his first deer. It was just the greatest day ever.
Yeah,
so
sure.
he knows the seriousness of weapons and what they can do and how to use them and not use them. So it's kind of
no need.
It's kind of a little bit of a shock. So in whatever y'all are telling him, please instill in him that if this is whatever or wherever this is coming from, it's no joke.
Yeah.
Like, it's no joke.
But we wouldn't be here if it was.
No, I know. And I'm telling you right now, we talk about it quite a bit. All the school shootings, things that happen.
Yeah.
Hey, are you getting picked on at school? He is. He's getting picked on at school. And is everything okay? That's why I keep going up there.
Yeah.
You know, because you never really know. And I don't want anything to happen to him. So, yeah. Y'all,
All right, well, if you want to grab them,
yeah, y'all talk to
or we
him.
can go in. It's
No, it's all cool. Hang on.
That's the worst part about it. I don't know
What information, yeah.
when the information came in.
These are good dudes. Just, they're
Hey,
talking.
Colt, what's going on, bud? So did your dad kind of explain everything to you?
shooting up a school.
Did you say something about school shooting?
Never. I just told him, I don't know what. Maybe they misheard somebody else. I would never say I would threaten them to shoot somebody.
You never ever said.
No, I swear.
Do you use Discord?
Discord?
Yes, sir.
I used to. I don't have it anymore.
When's the last time you used it?
Like a few months ago.
Really?
Was it at Traditions or was it here?
No, it was a Traditions because in that Discord account that I had deleted it
Before you moved here?
Yeah, because I think it got like it had been password pulled or something. Like I clicked on a link and somebody.
Have you heard anybody on Discord when you were using it say something like that? Remember?
Like at that time?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think I ever had anybody that.
Never. And I mean, I'm not trying to get anybody hemmed up, but like this is some serious stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, he knows how serious it is. Trust me.
I'd hate to. You know, my boss was even like, I don't know how old this information is, and if you want to wait till Monday to follow up, I was like, nah, I'd rather do it now because
So would we.
God forbid something happened and I didn't do my job. I'd feel pretty bad about this. So I just want to make sure you understand that if something like that happens or you hear something like that, report it.
Yeah,
Tell your dad, tell teachers.
Like I told him, I would promise I would never say something.
So you haven't used Discord in a few
Oh,
months,
no,
and you're saying you didn't say anything like that.
no, the only thing I have is TikTok, but I just go around there and watch videos.
Okay. All right. Well, fair enough.
What's your birthday?
He's just gonna do a little report saying that
We
pretty much what
talked.
we've done in reference to this, and that we talked, and you saying that you didn't say anything like that. And I gotta take it at your word, and I hope you're being honest with me. I'm not saying you're lying, but it's
Seriously.
it's not unusual for people to lie to police.
He's familiar with that too.
Hey, Colin, what's a good phone number for you, sir? Okay.
How's school going?
It's going good here.
About ready to get done with it?
I actually already finished. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I finished
When was your last day?
What's today? Sunday, so Friday.
Friday? What grade you going into?
8th grade.
8th grade, almost high school, man.
Yeah.
The last 4 years, really, the last 4 years is what matters.
Yeah. So I'm trying to, I'm just focusing.
Get them good grades, man. It'll set you up for the rest.
Yeah, so look, you all are welcome any time. We take it like dead serious around here, and I just want to make sure that I'd even feel better if you do find out what or where.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can somebody let us know? 'Cause
Sure.
He's gonna be full of anxiety until this gets resolved. I can tell you that
Yeah,
right
because I've never really said something related to
Yeah.
school.
So did you switch schools when you moved from Traditions? Where were you going before?
West Jackson.
West Jackson Middle? Okay. Is things a lot better now?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. That's good.
Let me grab you one. Can I walk through your grass? I'm gonna grab a car real quick.
Yeah, it's all good.
Are you getting bullied over there at West Jackson Middle?
That's the thing. I wasn't back there.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wasn't getting.
Now look, be honest with him about that.
Yeah.
Now in middle school, I told him you were now, and that's
You getting switched out halfway through the school year, being the new guy?
Yeah, I've been at Qual. We moved like 6 times already. So.
Well, my dad was a logger and grew up in the military. We moved a lot when I was a kid.
Well,
So-
in the past schools, surprisingly, I had friends. Like I didn't even necessarily have a reason that I would say that.
No. Yeah. Well, there's always somebody you can talk to if you need to.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
School resource counselors.
Yeah, and I do talk to them. Yeah, I talk to the counselor quite often.
Okay.
Just let her update her on just how I'm watching and stuff like that.
Yeah. Start looking out, and making goals for yourself.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You interested in anything?
What be a philosopher on grow up?
A what?
A philosopher.
A philosopher.
It's kind of out there. That's,
Yeah. Well, I mean, do what you enjoy. I mean, I did 20 years in the military. You don't have to settle on just one thing.
Yeah.
Did 20 years in the military, retired from that, and been doing this for 7. So you don't have to fit everything inside the box.
Yeah, that might branch out to different stuff.
No. We got guys at the sheriff's office are full-time plumbers, full-time police officers, and do what pays the bills, do what they enjoy. But everything's going good.
Yeah, now they have. So,
That's good. You got a phone?
your iPhone, yeah, I have a phone.
What's your phone number?
Like I said, I changed my phone number.
Okay. All right. Dad said you went deer hunting for the first time this past year. What'd you get?
A 3-pointer.
3-pointer?
Yeah, it was nothing much, but I still.
Fork on one side and one on a prong on the other, or?
It was one on one side and 2, 3
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, fork on one side and one on the other. Spike.
Yeah, 4. Yeah.
And who.
And that was the body cam footage from the first time they went to his house regarding the threats that he made. And yeah, you've seen the outcome. Those are all the same video. We will start with these 2 911 calls, and then we will lead into the law and crime video of body cam panicked parents plead to see kids after school shooting. And then we will show his first appearance, and we'll end on that, I believe, because I don't want this to be too long. Or actually, we're going to show the police interrogation as well. I forgot I had that. It's only a little bit, though, and it's Colin Gray. It's not Colt. So these are the 911 calls.
Barrow County 911, what is the address of your emergency?
Sir, my daughter goes to the school next door to Apalachee. Is there a school shooter?
We do have an active situation at Apalachee High School right now. We have a lot of calls coming in. We do have units on scene.
Can you tell me if the shooter is still active? Is it still active?
I cannot confirm or deny that, sir. But it's an ongoing situation. We have everybody on scene right now.
Okay.
Is she over at Yargo Elementary?
She's at Heyman Morris Middle School next door.
Okay, I'm pretty sure everybody's locked down. So as long as she stays locked down and follows those the teachers and the administrators' advice, she should be good.
Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you.
Let's get out to Fox 5's.
The police, please, the Apalachee High School, my daughter calling me crying. Somebody, for everybody, boom, 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 boom. We have officers out there, okay?
We do have an active situation at Apalachee High School right now. We have a lot of calls coming in. We do have units on scene.
I got 2 videos inside the school. One of them's him and some officers with the person laying on the floor next to the gun.
Barrow County 911, what is the address of your emergency?
I'm headed to the school. My husband's a teacher.
You have reached Barrow County 911. If this is an emergency, please do not hang up. We are experiencing a high call volume.
Let's get out to Fox 5's Eric Perry, who is live there at the courthouse this afternoon. I
there harm as father Colin Gray, that he needed some sort of therapy, and that happened, or that conversation happened, probably about a couple of days before that mass shooting. Take a listen to a little bit from inside of that courtroom from earlier.
That was a way for him and Colt to bond. He mentioned that Colt suffered from anxiety and depression. And then he mentioned this aggression that he had. At the end of the interview, I did confront Colin about the inconsistencies in his statement, and ultimately I placed Colin under arrest.
You need to get your straight, go to school, and we need to just get these guns put up, is what she said. And what he said. And that's when they went from bad to worse. He said, hey, I cleaned the gun, and he said, and I'll put it back up there. I'm like, for what? He said, I just want to see if I can do it. I'm like, okay. He's like, well, don't do that until I'm here.
All right, so in the interview, we also saw investigators question Colin Gray with the visit of law enforcement that happened before this shooting, where they said that Colt Gray was in a chat room online talking about mass shooters and school shooters that have happened there. In fact,
They don't show any more interrogation footage other than that, unfortunately. So that is all that I have for interrogation footage, sadly. I'm just going to remove these quickly. Sorry.
And who was Jaylene's second period teacher?
Miss Greer.
We heard a 911 call earlier. And who was Jaylene's second period teacher?
Miss Greer.
We heard. What did you do?
At that point, I called my husband, I think, and then I started calling my girls. But in my
so you mentioned that there was Officer Arango who was present at basically the entrance to the school where you originally went.
Yes.
Did he have a body camera on at the time that you were there?
Yes.
Have you had an opportunity to watch that body cam?
Yes.
Okay. And is it a fair and accurate recording of what happened when you ran across the street from Cadence up until the point that you left to go find Melanie?
Yes.
And Your Honor, Stacey Exhibit 69 is the clip of the body camera from Officer Arango that Ms. Garcia has viewed and has identified its authenticity. So at this time, we would ask that it be introduced into evidence.
No objection. All right, 69.
And is that you there?
Yes.
No, go over there. Sorry, sir, the school's on lockdown. What? Yes, you heard me. A shooting? Yeah, just stay over there, sir. Oh, man, I didn't see my kids down right here. We're going. Sir, please, make sure. Sir, I understand. Man, I didn't see my kids all right. We're going to go check in, but right now, there's nobody go in the building, sir. Please, let us do our job. Let us. He's not hurt. Not that we know, sir, but please just stay over here. Okay? Please, let us do our job. We're overwhelmed, okay, sir? But you need to stay out here, please. I understand your frustration. I understand that you're worried. Please stay over here. Everything's good. Just go ahead, please. All the kids are okay.
My
was in my daughter's class, so I understand. It's okay. Calm down. It's okay. We're great. That's great. It's okay. What grade is it? I haven't had it. We're okay. We're okay.
As soon as they unlock the school, we'll watch going.
We got nothing to do with that. We're okay.
That's your job. Please, sir.
They got it. They took care of it super quick. We're good. My daughter's texting me right now. She's inside of the class, and he was in her class, so everything's okay. I got 3 in there. Trust me. I understand. I got 3 in there. We got to stay together. It's okay. You got it.
If you guys want to stay over there, please.
Let's just.
I understand your frustration, sir. I need to know. Señora, quédese ahí un momentito, deja que hagamos nuestro trabajo y ya se entiende muy bien que su hijo sabe hoy adentro, pero necesito que ustedes tenemos más de 100 oficiales allá, déjanos hacer nuestro trabajo. Por favor. I understand, just sit right here. Stay out of here, please, just stay right there. Okay, sir. I understand you want to go in and make sure it gets off our let's George out first. We're clearing everything. We got one. We don't know if there might be any more. Just let George out, please, okay? I understand. I understand you're scared. There's kids in there. I understand. But we have over 100 officers in there. We want to make sure everything's safe. And once as of right now, we don't know. I understand you. Okay, I understand you guys are scared and everything. We have over 100 officers in there. We all responded very fast. But please stay over here for right now. Yeah, it's controlled right now. As far as I know, there might not be.
Just as long as it gets controlled.
Yeah, it's controlled. We all have. Ladies, gentlemen, please pay attention to me. Stay over here. I know you guys are scared for your kids. Just stay over here. We have over 100 officers in there. We're sweeping the halls. Let us just do our job, okay? As of right now, I don't know if anybody's hurt or not. But once we figure it out, we'll let you guys know. But please let us do our jobs. We can't have parents just rushing to school because we have over 100 officers in there and we don't want anybody to get hurt, okay? Just stay over here. Señor, quédese aquí un momento. Si hablan español, escúchenme. Entiendo, tenemos más de 100 oficiales allá adentro, lo que necesitamos. I understand, ma'am, just stay over here. If you're off duty, just stay over here, please. But right now, we have over 100 officers in there. I need you to stay here, okay? Let us do our job. Let us clear it out. And once we have something, I'll let you know. Just please, let us do our job, okay? Say this. Right now, we're here. I'm probably thinking
And are those all the parents that are showing up and people just kind of parking wherever they can?
Yes.
Stay up. I got control. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please stay over there. Sir, gentlemen. Oh, get over here. Get over here. Get over here, please. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay behind the patrol cars over there. I know you guys are worried about your kids. Let us do our job, please. Okay? Gentlemen, please, let us do our job. Stay over here. Once we have the building clear and everything, and they open up the school, then you can go and see your kids. But for right now, please, just let us do our job. Just right now, you can just stay over here, keep over here. I understand you guys are worried. I understand that. Just please stay over here. Let's get through. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, you're just getting here. Please stay right here. Do not go through. Let us do our job. I know you guys are worried about your kids. I understand. We have over 100 officers in there. Let us do our job. Once we clear everything, once we get everything locked down, then we will be able to let you in and see your kids. But please do us a favor. Stay right here. We don't want anybody else getting hurt.
My daughter got shot. Please let me go back there. Please.
I'm sorry.
Please, no, I didn't go back there, please. No, please let me go back there. Please let me go back there.
I understand what you did. I'm sorry.
Please, I got to go.
Gentlemen, ladies.
After you found your girls in the football field, did you eventually leave to go to the hospital?
Yes,
Did you see any other parents as you were driving to go to the hospital?
I did.
And did you recognize any of them or know any of them?
At the beginning, I didn't. As I was driving off, I remember there was one person in particular that I saw as I was driving. She just looked so scared, and she was running, and she looked scared. She was crying. She was running, and just her face would just stuck with me for, I don't know, she just looked so scared. And after that, I ended up finding out that was Natalie's mom.
Natalie Griffith's mom?
Yes.
And when you say she was she running down the street to try to get to the school?
Yes, she was running down Tom Miller because they were no longer letting people park. They had closed off the streets. And I don't know where she parked, but she was running down Tom Miller, but she just had the most worried face. And I remember when I passed by her as I was driving, I just thought, I don't know, her face just embedded in my memory. She just looked so scared.
You indicated earlier that Melanie first went to Northside Gwinnett. Was she eventually transferred to another hospital?
Yes, so she originally was at Northside Gwinnett, and then she was taken to Children's I think it was Emory or Decatur. I don't recall.
At the Children's Hospital of
The
Atlanta?
children's, yes.
Where was your daughter injured?
She was injured in her left shoulder.
While she was at CHOA, did she have to receive surgeries?
Yes, she did.
And how many?
I think it was 2.
How long was she in CHOA?
She was in CHOA. Honestly, I don't even know. I think it was a couple of days, maybe 3-4 days.
How old was she on the day of September 4th of 2024?
She was 15.
And after she was released from CHOA, when was she able to go back to school?
She did not go back to school until I think it was January.
And were her activities limited after she was released?
Yes, so she plays soccer and she was unable to play soccer for a while.
Did she have any emotional effects from the shooting?
Yes, she did. She's very shy and very quiet, but she became angry. She became angry, and I didn't understand why. But once I was able to get her to open up, she said she was angry that she couldn't do anything for Mason and Christian. And she felt like it was not fair that she was here and they weren't.
Has she been to counseling?
She's in counseling.
I'll wait for the questions.
Cross.
That was some of the body cam footage from the day of the shooting and the testimony of one of the teachers. Well, some of the testimony. It's only 26 minutes. We're gonna watch the first appearance and or actually
$15 equals 15 rounds, $20 equals 20 rounds, 20 plus 15 is 35 rounds, and then at the bottom he is signed it big brain with a smiley face.
Moving to the final page, which is page 11.
yeah, I don't think that's Colt Gray being interviewed at any point. At least not that I can see. He sat next to his legal team while he testifies. So we are going to watch the first appearance.
If I can get you all attention, there are no hate calls for me. And if you have your cell phone on, you can vibrate or silent, please don't make a phone call here. If you need to do so, please go to our side, make a phone call. So, anything, y'all have any questions or anything?
Thank you, and please be seated. And good morning, everyone. My name is Curry Mingledorf. I'm assigned to preside over this morning's proceedings. We're here for a limited purpose this morning. I do want to note for everyone's benefit that there is, as everyone certainly is aware, considerable interest in what has occurred in our community in the last several days. For that reason, the court has seen fit under Rule 22 of the Uniform Superior Court rules to allow media outlets to record some of these proceedings. However, under those rules, the court has set in place certain limitations, and I just want everyone to know that the media has been informed of that, and I'm confident that they will comply with that. But otherwise, there is to be no filming or recording by any members of the public or any other individual other than those authorized specifically by the court in its signed ruling. Are we ready, counsel, to begin and bring the defendant in?
State's ready, Your Honor.
All right.
Defense is ready.
All right. All right, good morning, sir. Are you Mr. Colt Gray?
Sir.
My name's Curry Mingledorf. I'm assigned to preside over this morning's proceedings. Mr. Gray, I do need to inquire as to whether you're able to read and write the English language.
Yes, sir.
All right. I also want to inform you, well, I want to ask you, do you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney in these proceedings?
Yes, sir.
And you are in fact represented today, is that correct? And Mr. Zane Harmon, you're here on behalf of this defendant, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and you understand that you have the right to be continuously represented throughout this proceeding, and if you cannot afford to hire counsel, then this court is obligated under the Constitution to provide counsel for you without cost to you. All right, I am going to inform you of a few other matters, and I'm not going to ask you anything, just inform you. So one is, I want to make sure that you are aware that you have the right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything at all. And it's important to understand that, because anything you might say could be used against you at further proceedings associated with your case. I want to inform you of the charges that you currently face. In essence, you are charged with 4 counts of felony murder, as outlined in the state warrants that have been issued against you. I want to make you aware that the maximum penalty for felony murder, so for each count, the maximum penalty is that you could be punishable by death, by imprisonment for life, without parole, or by imprisonment for life, with the possibility of parole. If you have any questions about these charges, then I would urge you to discuss those with your attorney. I would invite you, Mr. Harmon, to inform the court as to whether there's a request for bond at this time.
At this time, Your Honor, there is not a request for bond. We will file the appropriate motions if that becomes necessary.
All right. An indictment by the grand jury for most felony offenses or accusations, well, you have the right to receive an indictment for these offenses. And I assume Mr. Brad Smith is here on behalf of the DA's office, or he is our district attorney, and he's accompanied by Ms. Patricia Brooks, who is his chief assistant. A preliminary hearing, you'll have the right also to a preliminary hearing, unless you make a bond, which of course at this point there's no bond being requested, or unless you waive such a hearing. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by a judge or a jury. You have the right to confront and cross-examine all witnesses. You have the right to call witnesses on your own behalf and testify in your own defense if you so choose. As you sit here in this courtroom today, under the law, you are presumed innocent. Your refusal to testify at any point in any proceeding will not be used against you in determining whether you are guilty or not guilty. Counsel, let me just inquire as to whether there are any other items that the court should address before we conclude this preliminary hearing.
No, Your Honor.
Well, I do have one piece of information to convey to the court. There was a development yesterday afternoon that makes it necessary for our office to have alternate counsel appointed, and arrangements have already been made in that regard. I've already explained that to Mr. Gray, and alternate counsel will be appointed by the end of the day today.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Donna C. Graves. All right, then with that, this hearing is concluded, and you may escort this defendant out. All right, with that, I understand that we have another first appearance hearing, and I think that we're going to have a little bit of a recess before we conduct that, unless everyone's ready to proceed with that. I think that I told the media outlet that I would recess briefly to allow them to kind of reconfigure what they're doing, and so we'll be in recess for a short time until I'm informed that everyone's ready. All right, thank you. We visited a moment ago. I just need to correct a couple of things on the record. I correctly told you the maximum penalty for the crimes for which you are charged. That's correct, except for the fact that you are under 18 years old. So I wanted to inform you and make it clear to you that the penalty for the crimes for which you are charged does not include death. It includes life without the possibility of parole or life with the possibility of parole. I also wanted to inform you that the court has set December 4th at 8:30 a.m. For your preliminary hearing. And that is, of course, subject to change as you secure new counsel later today and so forth. Is there anything else that needs to be addressed that anyone can think of?
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
All right. So with that, you may escort Mr. Colt Gray back out. Thank you. All right, I'm going to step out for a few minutes to allow our media to reset, and then we'll come back in for Mr. Colin Gray's preliminary hearing. And at this hearing, I'm first going to ask you just a few questions, and then I'm going to advise you of your rights and also let you know about a preliminary hearing that's been scheduled for you. Why don't you just state your name, please? All right, pull the microphone down, please. There you go. All right, and how old are you, Mr. Gray?
54.
And are you able to read and write and understand the English language without any difficulty?
Yes, sir.
How far did you go in school?
11th grade GED.
Okay. And I note that you have counsel seated with you at the table. Do you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney at all times for this and all future proceedings in your case?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand that, of course, if you cannot afford an attorney, that the public defender will be appointed to represent you upon your request?
Yes, sir.
All right. And counsel, would you identify yourself, please, for the record?
Donna Seagraves. We are going to have new counsel assigned to Mr. Gray later today.
All right. Thank you. All right. Okay. Sorry. Just to make sure that the system is working. And all right. So the following aren't questions that I'm going to ask. I'm just informing you of some things. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you at further hearings or at a trial on the charges that you're facing. For this hearing, you're not going to be questioned about facts and circumstances surrounding your charges. You are currently charged with, and you'll be provided with copies of the warrants if you don't already have them. You're currently charged with 2 counts of felony murder in the second degree. You're charged with 4 counts of felony involuntary manslaughter. You're charged with 8 counts of felony cruelty to children in the second degree. Now, for these offenses, for the felony murder counts in the second degree, felony murder in the second degree, the maximum penalty for each count is up to 30 years imprisonment. For felony involuntary manslaughter, of course, again, there are 4 counts. The maximum penalty for each of those offenses is 10 years imprisonment. For the 8 felony cruelty to children counts, the maximum penalty under the law for each of those 8 counts is 10 years imprisonment, for a maximum total possible penalty for the charges that you currently are facing of 180 years imprisonment. If you have questions about these charges, which I assume that you will, the court urges you to discuss those with your attorney. Let me inquire as to whether there's a motion for bond if Mr. Gray is moving for bond at this time.
No, sir, not at this time. We will allow alternate counsel to make that decision.
All right, thank you. But I also need to inform you that you have the right to an indictment by a grand jury, and you also have the right to a preliminary hearing unless you make bond or waive such a hearing. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by a judge or jury. You have the right to confront and cross-examine all witnesses. You have the right to call witnesses on your own behalf and testify in your own defense if you so choose. I want to make it clear to you, Mr. Gray, that you are presumed innocent. Your refusal to testify at any point cannot be used against you in determining whether you are guilty or not guilty. I mentioned the first appearance hearing a moment ago. That is being set for you for December 4th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. Currently, that's set to take place in the Magistrate Court of Barrow County. It could be subject to change, but I just want you to know that that is the date that we currently have. In fact, counsel, could you approach, please? I have this, let's see, I need to scratch this out. This document that discusses bond and gives the date of the preliminary hearing, and I guess I could sign that and he could just get a copy of it. And then the warrants are attached to that. So I would like for him to sign it. Please.
Sign right there, just so you're getting a copy of this. He is giving you a copy. He'll give you a copy of all the warrants. Do you want me to go ahead and give him his copy?
Yes, please.
And the page continues. And are these his copies of the warrants?
Those are provided, and they say service copies on them, so I assume that they're for him. Sergeant Briscoe, do you concur with that? Is that what those copies are for? Those are for the detention center? So he's got his own copies, or he'll have them provided? All right, so the detention center wants to hold on to those. All right, let me, and thank you, Ms. Seagraves. I want to certainly acknowledge the presence of our district attorney, Mr. Brad Smith, and he's assisted by his chief assistant, Patricia Brooks. Is there anything else, counsel, that the court needs to address that I have neglected to address?
No, Your Honor.
No, sir, not at this time.
All right, I do want to thank those who are in the gallery who have an interest and who have appeared. I appreciate the decorum that has been maintained throughout this proceeding, or both of these proceedings today. And with that, this matter is adjourned.
The attorney who's going to represent you, I think his name is James Rogers. We're going to have the official later today, but he'll come and see you probably the first part of next year. So later today, but he'll come and see you the first part of next year. So later today, but he'll come and see you the first part of next year.
That didn't so much look like Colt's preliminary hearing as it did, or not preliminary, first appearance. I mean, this part was his first appearance, but then it was really just his father's, and I thought it was going to be much longer. So I'm going to remove these. We're going to go back to this and let her do her testimony, and then we'll go from her testimony because we skipped to about 12-ish minutes in, 12 minutes and 30 seconds of her talking. So we'll play that, and then we will I don't know. I'll figure it out while it's playing.
Who was Jaylene's second period teacher?
Miss Greer.
We heard a 911 call earlier from a Jaylene. Was that your daughter who called 911?
Yes.
While you were working that day, did you become aware that something was happening at Apalachee?
Yes, I was.
How did you become aware of that?
My assistant director that day was, I guess they were going on lockdown, and she was coming around the classrooms to tell everybody that we needed to get all the children inside of the rooms because we had kids on the playground. And then she told me that something seemed to be happening at Apalachee High School about somebody possibly bringing a gun.
When she told you that, what did you do?
I was about to go on lunch, and so I knew that there were previous fights at the school. So I assumed that maybe just there was a fight and somebody brought a gun. So I was about to go on lunch, excuse me. So I was gonna check once I left.
And what did you do after that?
I ended up leaving to go to lunch, and I saw there was my previous lieutenant who was directing traffic right in front of Cadence. and I saw a lot of police officers, and so that got me really worried, and I ran towards the road to my previous lieutenant to ask him what was going on.
And tell me what you mean by previous lieutenant.
He was my lieutenant at Statham Police Department.
So prior to working for Auburn Police Department, did you first work for Statham Police Department?
Yes, I did.
So I assume at this point he wasn't your lieutenant, but you already knew him because you were in the
Correct.
process.
I was in the process.
What did you do when you went and talked to him?
I ran and I asked him because, again, he's from Statham and he's over here in Barrow County's district. So I was kind of confused. So that worried me a bit to see him there because he's from the city of Statham. So when I asked him what was going on, he said there was an active shooter, but he was contained.
At that point, what did you do?
At that point, I called my husband, I think, and then I started calling my girls. But in my mind, I was thinking, well, I just found out about it a couple minutes ago, so how much damage could have been done? He's contained, everything's fine. My girls are okay, the school's big enough. What odds would it be that one of my children could be hurt?
And were you one of the first parents to arrive?
Yes.
As you're there, are more parents arriving?
Yes, as I am there, there was actually one parent there first, but parents just started coming and coming and coming within seconds. Well, it felt like seconds, but more and more parents started to show up.
What were they doing when they showed up?
They were all trying to get past the officer to get into, I guess, the school to find their children. A lot of parents were upset. Parents were crying. Parents were yelling. I mean, it was getting kind of out of control.
And your lieutenant, was he the one who was trying to prevent everyone from going into the school?
No, so Lieutenant Hood had moved from that area, and Officer Arango, who was at that time working for Statham, he was trying to control the parents. So I tried to help him because I worked with parents. I felt like everything was okay. I was trying to help all the parents calm down and just to try to get everybody situated so we can, let them do their job.
While you were there and trying to help kind of calm everyone down, were you able to speak with any of your children?
So I got a text message from Maddie, my oldest, and she told me there was a school shooting, that there was a shooter in the school, and that it was a 9th grader, and to try to find her sisters because they're in 9th grade. So I couldn't get in contact with Jaylene or Melanie, so I called their dad. And I asked, I was telling him to call the girls. Excuse me. I was telling him to call the girls because I couldn't get in contact. So he finally told me Jaylene answered the phone. So I accounted for Maddie. He accounted for Jaylene. He said she was on the phone with 911. That's why she couldn't answer. But I couldn't get in contact. I couldn't get in contact with Melanie.
While you were there, did you become aware that Melanie was one of the injured children?
Yes. So finally, as I am there just standing, I get a phone call and I see it's Melanie. So I immediately felt a relief because I'm like, okay. I'm like, she's calling me. So I answer and she's crying hysterically. And she's crying, so I'm thinking, I'm like, she's alive, she's okay. So I start telling her, you're okay, baby. I'm like, you're fine. I'm like, everything's fine. I'm like, you're okay. And she immediately tells me, no, mommy, I was shot. She said, I'm shot. And it kind of just blurred a bit after that.
Were you able to, once you found that out, were you able to go try to find her?
I tried to get through Officer Arango, but he wasn't allowing me. I just kind of remember a little bit trying to go past him, but he wasn't allowing me. I think he was apologizing, but I just was kind of yelling and trying to push him out of the way to try to go and find her. And I saw my Lieutenant Hood, and I remember just yelling. I just remember I was yelling Lieutenant Hood's name, and I don't recall what I said, but I know he ran towards me and grabbed me by the hand and started running. And I think I yelled him that my daughter was shot. And he grabbed me by the hand, and then we ran towards where all the ambulances were to see if I could find her.
At that time, were you able to find her in one of the ambulances?
No, I wasn't able to. A lot of law enforcement were, just telling me to just hold on. They were going to find her. I think somebody from the Board of Education, I don't remember. They were taking her name, and they said they were going to go out and look for her, like they were going to try to find her. So I just stood there waiting until she called me.
When she called you, was she able to tell you where she was headed?
Yes, so she called me and she told me she was already in the ambulance and that they were going to go to Northside Gwinnett.
After that, did you go and locate your other children?
After that, I was trying to make phone calls to let everybody know what was going on. So I was running through the parking lot back and forth because I was trying to get my son. I was trying to get to my son and make sure he was okay. So I was running in the parking lot, just back and forth. I didn't know where to go. So I called his school and they said they would keep him. So then my brother was going to go get my girls, but I remember that he wasn't going to be able to get them. So from the front of the school, I ran all the way to the back to the field to go look for Maddie and Jaylene.
And by field, you mean the football field?
The football fields.
Tell me what it was like on the football field, who all was there and what was happening.
So when I got to the entrance, I feel like I was just telling everybody that I needed to find my girls, a lot of the officers, and I needed to find my girls, and they were just directing me to the field. And finally, when I got to the front, I had to explain that my other daughter was shot and I needed to get my girls because they were not letting students leave at that time. So finally, an officer let me go in and I ran, and I've been so involved with my girls' school that I knew a lot of the students. And I saw a lot of the students that I knew, and they were crying and they were trying to hug me, and they were, super scared. And I kept trying to tell them that it was okay, that they were safe. And it was just full of students. I mean, everywhere I looked, there were students just super upset, super scared. And I had to just keep going to see if I can find my girls.
Had other parents been let on the football field yet?
I don't recall.
And were you able to find your children?
Yes. So I was able to find my brother, who was already with my girls.
So you mentioned that there was Officer Arango who was present at basically the entrance to the school where you originally went.
Yes.
Did he have a body camera on at the time that you were there?
Yes.
Have you had an opportunity to watch that body cam?
Yes.
And is it a fair and accurate recording of what happened when you ran across the street from Cadence up until the point that you left to go find Melanie.
Yes.
And Your Honor, Stacey said at 69 is the clip of the body camera from Officer Arango that Ms. Garcia has viewed and has identified its authenticity. So at this time, we would ask that it be introduced into evidence.
No objection. All right, 69.
Your Honor, at this time, we are going to publish that. I believe it is about a 10-minute clip.
Is this all before she's with?
And then it shows the body cam footage. I did find a it's another testimony, and it's on Court TV. Shout out to Court TV. They do great work over there. And it's surveillance footage of him outside the classrooms. So instead of skipping her testimony this time, we're going to watch it. And then it'll lead us into the surveillance video.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Swear the testimony given in the matter now pending before this court be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay. If you could introduce yourself for the jury.
My name is Catherine Greer.
Okay. And where do you work, ma'am?
I work at Apalachee High School.
And what do you do at Apalachee High School?
I'm a math teacher.
Okay. And how long have you worked there?
And this is my third year.
Your third year? Okay. I want to take your attention back to 2024-2025 school year. What did you teach on that year?
I was teaching 9th grade Algebra 1.
Okay. What did you have first period?
First period was my planning block.
Okay. So you didn't teach a class that period?
No, sir.
Okay. And what did you teach second period?
9th grade, 9th grade Algebra 1.
Okay. There's a partial map of the school next to you. If you could you orient to the jury as to where your classroom was for second period?
Right here.
Okay. And was Colt Gray a member of that class?
He was.
Okay. And what do you remember about Colt Gray prior to September 2024?
Not too much. He started school not on the first day, maybe a week or so after. I think I had him in my room maybe 3-4 times.
Okay. I want to take your attention to August 26th of that year. Was Colt Gray in your class on that day?
I believe so.
Okay. And did something happen? Did he come to you about needing something?
Yes, he approached me in class and asked to go see a crisis counselor.
Okay. And did that seem...
Hearsay?
Your Honor, hearsay is a statement made out of court. That wasn't a statement. He was asking for something. That would be more in a present sense impression. It's also not for the truth of the matter asserted. I don't think that would be hearsay.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Ross.
Judge, I think it is being admitted for the truth of the matter in regards to his mental health state at that time.
Your Honor, it's not testimonial in nature. He's not asking, or he's not testifying anything. He's not an outward statement. He's asking to go somewhere. That is not hearsay.
Yeah, I believe him asking to see a counselor on that day is non-hearsay, so I'll overrule the objection.
Okay. So he asked to see a crisis counselor. Was there anything about what he asked that stood out to you?
Just the fact that he used crisis counselor. Usually my student just says, can I go see my counselor? So that stood out.
How did he appear to you emotionally?
I don't recall how he appeared when he asked. I just knew it was different from a typical ask to go to see a counselor, so I walked him there.
Okay. So what is it your normal practice to walk them to the counselor?
If they just asked to go to a counselor, not typically, but since he said crisis counselor, I didn't know what was going on, so I did want to walk him. And so class next to me has 2 teachers in it.
And who were they?
Miss Ryan and Coach Edwards.
Okay. So what did you do when you decided to walk him to the counselor's office?
I peeked my head over next door and just asked if one of them could watch my class so I could walk him to the counseling office.
Okay, and did they do that?
They did.
Okay, could you show, and did you walk him to the counselor's office?
I did.
Could you show on the map, we were just talking about where the counselor's office, did you walk him to?
Counselor's office is over here.
Okay.
I walked him down that hall.
Okay, thank you. Did Colt come back to your second period class that day?
He never came back to my classroom.
That day, or any other day?
He didn't come back that day. And I believe the next time he was there was September 4th.
Okay, let's go to September 4th. Approximately how many times on that day had Colt Gray been present in your classroom?
2 or 3, maybe.
Okay. Did you have any problems with him before then?
I did not.
Okay. Did he have any issues with other students that you seem to notice?
No, I never saw him interact with any student specifically.
Okay. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary about him?
No, sir.
Okay. Is there another student in your class with a similar name?
Yes.
And who was that?
Colton Gray.
Colton Gray. Now, Colt Gray was a freshman that year, correct?
Correct.
All right. What year was Colton Gray?
A senior.
Okay. And what was his personality like?
Very sweet, very respectful. He tried hard, put his best effort forward. Great kid.
Did he interact with you and other students?
He did.
Okay. I want to take your attention to the morning of September 4th. About what time do second period students begin arriving in your class?
Around 9:45, or a little bit before the second period bells at 9:45, I believe.
Okay. And what are you typically doing when students are arriving at your class?
Typically, I'm standing at the door greeting them.
Okay. Did you notice Colt when he came into your class?
I do not remember him coming into the room.
Okay. Do you remember seeing his book bag when he came into the room?
No.
Okay. Have you had an opportunity to see the security camera footage of your classroom from that morning?
I have.
Okay. And looking back on that security camera footage, do you realize why it was that you don't remember seeing Colt?
I did.
And why is that?
I was pulling up a presentation on my screen, so my back was turned to the door.
Okay. This security camera footage that you saw, does it accurately portray what happened on September 4th?
It does.
I'm going to show you a clip from what's already been tendered as State's Exhibit number 21. Your Honor, for the record, this is going to be from 1 minute, 15 seconds to 6 minutes and 18 seconds. And asking, it portrays Colt coming into the room. Is that you at the 4 o'clock position?
It is.
Okay. And what are you wearing? Just a color?
Green.
Okay. And where's the door in this?
Diagonal to me
Okay.
on the other side of the wall.
All right. Thank you. You play. kid that just entered the room, who was that?
It's Colton Gray.
The one with the black shirt and the tan pants?
Yes, sir.
So at this point, class changes ended.
Yes, sir.
At some point during class, does Colt ask to leave the classroom?
He does.
Okay. And what purpose does he ask to leave the classroom?
He has to go see his counselor.
Okay. At this point, do you take him, did you walk him this day?
I did not.
Okay. And did he take his stuff with him or did he leave it in the room?
He took his book bag.
Okay. And is this also shown in the security footage?
It is.
Okay. Your Honor, this time I'm going to show what's 1322 to 1422. It's close to 10 minutes.
This is another.
It's also from the same, from States 21, Your Honor.
And let me just clarify for a second my last ruling. So I overruled an objection previously about hearsay on he asked to see a crisis counselor. I think him asking the question is admissible for the fact that he asked it. It's not admitted for the purpose of establishing that he was in fact having a mental health crisis.
So if the last clip ended at 9:45 and this is 9:53, we're now about 8 minutes into the class. Okay. What's he doing there on the wall?
He's grabbing the pass. office pass.
So different passes have different destinations on them?
There's a restroom pass and office pass.
Okay. After he leaves at this point, does he come back inside the class?
No, no, sir.
Okay. At some point after Colt leaves, does Colton Gray also leave the class?
He goes to the restroom.
Okay. Does he do the pass thing also?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And does he take his belongings with him or does he leave them in the classroom?
He left him in the room.
Okay. Is this also shown? Well, let me go further before we play the clip. After Colton has left the classroom, does someone come to your class?
Yes, Miss Martin,
Okay. And who is Miss Martin?
assistant principal.
Okay. Why is she coming to the class?
She came to class asking for a student.
Okay. And what student did she ask for?
I can't recall the name that she said. I must have heard Colton Gray.
Who did you think she asked for?
Colton Gray.
Okay. Had he recently left for the bathroom when she asked for him?
Yes.
Okay. And did you tell her where he had gone?
I said he's in the bathroom.
Okay. And did you give her his belongings?
I handed his book bag to her.
Okay. Is this also shown on the security
It
footage?
is.
Okay. Your Honor, this time I will show clip from 2342 to 2633, also from State's Exhibit number 21. So now we're at 10:03. So this is about 9 minutes after Colt left. What's he doing there, Colton?
He's signing out.
Okay. So you have to get a pass and you have to write on the.
Put your name down.
Okay. Is that Miss Martin coming in there?
It is.
Now, at some point, does Miss Martin return to your class?
She does.
Okay. What happens when she returns to your class?
She told me that she needed Colt Gray.
Okay. And what did you tell her?
I said he went to the counseling office.
Okay. Does she then leave at that point?
She does.
Is this also shown on the security footage?
It is.
All right, this time on State's Exhibit 21, I'll show clip from 3025 to 3053. So now we're at 10:11. This is what, about 5 minutes after she left the first time? Now, after she leaves there, does she, and when I say she, I mean Miss Martin, does she communicate with you any more about Colt Gray?
She does.
And what does she do?
She intercomed into my room.
I'm sorry, she what?
Intercomed
Okay.
into my room.
So she got on the intercom?
Yes.
Okay.
And she asked me to check my email.
All right. And did you check your email?
I did. She was asking around what time he left the room, Colt left the room.
Okay. I'm going to show you Mark State Exhibit number 34. Ask you to identify that. What is that?
This is the email that she sent me asking what time he left, and the email that I responded with saying he left around 9:50.
Okay. So you have the email to you and your reply on the same?
Correct.
Do they accurately reflect the email exchange you had with Miss Martin?
They do.
All right. This time I tender State's Exhibit number 34 in the evidence.
No objection. All right.
As we publish after the jury. All right. So you're at the bottom?
I am.
All right. I'm sorry. Miss Martin's at the bottom.
Miss Martin's at the bottom.
Okay. And what time did that email come in?
That came at 10:18.
Okay. And your response is above that?
Correct.
Okay. And what time did you send that response?
10:20.
And what did you say?
I said he left towards the beginning of first, probably around 9:50.
Okay. What happens then?
Class continues, and I'm up towards the front of the room when I see some movement in my door. I catch a glimpse that it's him.
Is the door open or closed?
It's closed.
Okay. How are you able to see movement? Is there like a glass or
There's
something?
a glass window.
Okay. And so you see movement.
Mhm.
What do you do then?
I realized that it was him, so I immediately went to my computer to send an email saying he's at my door.
Okay. I want to show you Smart State Exhibit number. Who'd you send that email to?
Miss Martin.
Okay. Show Smart State Exhibit number 35. Let's see if we recognize that.
Yes.
And what is that?
That's the email that I sent to Miss Martin saying he just came back to class.
Okay. And is it an accurate reflection of the email that you sent to Miss Martin?
It is.
Now, this time I tender State Exhibit number 35 in the evidence.
No objection. All right. That's awesome.
Post that. So what time did you send that email?
I sent that at 10:22.
Okay. When you send that email, what happens?
I sent the email and I guess immediately, Miss Martin came back on intercom and said he's at your door. And at that point, I'm walking towards my door and I said, yes. I got to my door and I saw that it was him and that he had a gun.
Describe how he was holding the gun.
I guess just across his body.
Okay. And what type of gun was it? I mean, I don't even know what type, but just.
It was a large gun, a rifle, I guess.
Okay. What did you do at that point?
I said he's got a gun. I told the kids to get in the corner. I started pressing my teacher's badge.
All right. Tell me about this Centegix bag you're referring to.
All the teachers have a badge that, sorry.
That's fine. Take your time.
If you press it 3 times, admin and an officer and the nurse are coming. If you press it up to a certain amount of times, it shuts alerts to the police department and school, and sets off an alarm in school.
How many times do you think you pushed it?
Good amount. Couldn't tell you how many specifically.
Okay. When you push the button What happens then?
All the kids come to the corner. And there was a kid that was in front of the door that decided to drop where he was. So I crawled over and grabbed his hands. I reached up and flicked off the light. And I went back over to the kids in the corner.
Did he ever come into your room?
He did not.
Could you hear the gun being fired?
I could.
Okay. How many shots do you think you heard?
It was 2 sets. And it just sounded maybe 5 or 6.
Could you tell where they were coming from?
As in,
Where in the school they were coming from?
my hall, J Hall.
Is this what you're describing reflected in the security footage?
It is.
All right, this time I play stakes 21 from 37:53 to 41:45.
Is this part of what we discussed at the motions hearings on Friday?
No, Your Honor. Is this when you're emailing with Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Is that him in the door there?
It is.
Is this you sending the email?
Yes.
Is that you pushing the button there?
It is.
Is this what y'all are trained to do during a shooter drill?
Yes, sir.
Did a student from your class call 911?
It did.
Okay. And who was that girl's name?
Jaylene,
Okay. Have you heard that 911 call?
I have.
And is that Jaylene's voice on the call?
It is.
All right, this time I'll tender state exhibit number 36. Okay.
No objection, Judge.
All right, 36 is in
Your Honor, that this 36 is the business certification record, and 36, the call itself is on the hard drive. We're going to play a clip that is 5 minutes and 42 seconds long. 5 minutes 42 seconds long.
Mary County 911, what's the address to your emergency? There's a shooting. There's a shooting at the Apalachee High School, please. He's sitting. What do we do? Please, he's sitting. Okay. He's right outside the door. He's shooting. Oh my God. You hear where they're coming from? Billy, what did you say? Where are you? Where are you in the school? We're at Apalachee High School. Okay, where in the school are you? Listen, what's your name? What's your name? Okay, stay on the phone with me, okay? We're getting lots of help on the way, but I want you staying on the phone with me. Where in the school are you? I'm in K-Hole in the back. K-Hole in the back. Is anybody in your room shot? Stay on the phone with me. If you have to put the phone down, put it down, but I want you on the phone with me. Do you understand? Yes, ma'am. It's okay. Okay, do you know what classroom number you're in? Classroom. What classroom number? It's clear. I don't know the numbers. Do you know where the shooter is? I don't know if he was in the hospital shooting there or the number. Who is the shooter? His name is Colt. I don't know his last name. Alright, spell your name for me. J-A-R-L-Y-N. Okay, listen, I'm gonna stay on the phone with you, okay? I'm staying on the phone with you and take a big deep breath with me. Okay, Jalen, my name is Terry, okay? I'm gonna stay with you. Okay, I got you. Okay, how many people are in your room, Jalen? How many people are in the room? How many students are in the room? At least like 130. Okay, what's your last name, Jalen? Elliot. Spell it for me. A-E-L-I-R-A. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna stay on the phone with you, okay? Yes, ma'am. Do you hear anything? No, I don't know where he was. I don't know where he is. Okay, is your door locked? I think so. Okay. Alright. Take a big deep breath for me. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job, okay? Okay. You're doing great. You're doing a great job. I want you to let me know if you hear anything. Okay? Alright. Is your door locked? Is there anything in front of your door? No, it's all the desk. No, there's nothing. Okay. Do you know what, you don't know what classroom you're in, like what classroom number? It is room 2.151. 2.151. Okay, is your teacher in there with you? Yes.
Okay. All right, what's your teacher's name?
Miss Greer.
Miss Greer. Okay, where is she at right now? Or is everybody hiding?
Yes.
Okay. I got a whole lot of people coming and I got a whole lot of people there. But I'm staying on the phone with you, okay? I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'm gonna be right here with you.
Okay.
You're doing a great job. I want you to let me know if you hear anything at all. Do you know what Colt looks like?
It was like dyed blonde hair.
Dyed blonde hair?
After practice. You know what I'm saying?
Did you see the gun or did you just hear the shots?
I know a couple people and I heard the shots.
You heard the shots?
Yes.
How many shots did you hear? More than 10? Okay. Right. Take a big deep breath. Big deep breath. I know you are very scared, but you're doing great. Just that stand. Okay, you're doing great. You're doing a really good job. How old are you?
14.
You're 14. Okay.
How long did y'all stay in the room before the police arrived?
Maybe 10, 15 minutes. I'm not sure.
What happened after the police arrived?
Our door was unlocked by an SRO that came in. He asked us if there was anyone in the room that wasn't supposed to be there. I answered no. He closed the door, said he would be back. He came back to the room and told us to stand up and walk outside with our hands up.
And did you do that?
We did.
Where did y'all go?
We walked out of J Hall up the hill, I guess to like just a lawn area.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess once more classes started to come out, we walked towards the stadium.
Okay. Did y'all go to the football field?
We went to football field.
What was the scene like on the football field?
I just started helping make sure kids got into the bleachers, and then it became chaos pretty quickly with lots of families coming looking for their kids.
And how long were y'all out on the field?
Hours.
At some point, were you interviewed by law enforcement?
I was.
And they asked you about the same type of questions I asked you.
Yes, sir.
Did you answer them about the same type way?
Yes, sir.
Just a second, please. I have no further questions. They may have some.
And that was all for that video. I didn't realize that it was coming to an end. I'm so sorry. I think that is all we are going to show tonight, just because I don't want this to get super, super lengthy. We will probably be back on either tomorrow or Thursday to do part 2, and we'll show some of the courtroom footage. I have some videos already saved and I'll look for some others. But thank you guys for hanging out, and I'm so sorry that we kind of disappeared for 2 weeks. I know Mama was still kind of posting on X, but the Tyler Robinson preliminary was so lengthy, and it was just a lot. I'm very excited to see what ends up happening September 1st. But make sure you like and subscribe, and stay hydrated, eat, get good rest. and we will see you guys next time. Thank you for hanging out. Good night. Bye.